Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to another Everton 24/7 report where we're going to be bringing you up to speed with all the latest news stories. And let's be honest, there's been plenty to update you on this week. Obviously, the big story within football as a whole right now is the impact of the coronavirus on the upcoming fixtures, and of course, we as every other set of fans are anxiously waiting to see the fate of our upcoming fixtures. But clearly the coronavirus lockdown in Italy at the moment hasn't stopped the printing presses over there, because the Italian paper Il Mattino this morning has again linked Everton to having Lozano. Of course, he's still at Napoli, and the man has got literally every possible connection to the Blues, it seems, via both, of course, Carlo Ancelotti, who took him to Napoli, and Marcel Brands, who scouted him for PSV in the first place. And while both of those guys remain pivotal to our club's ambitions for the near future, don't expect to see these links to Lozano go away, because this article, again, sort of cites those connections as a main reason as to why Lozano might come to Everton. And as pretty much every other article seems to report, they have also linked West Ham. But again, maintaining that these connections leave Everton firmly in the driving seat to acquire Lozano should Napoli want to let him go in the summer. So that this definitely won't be the last time we hear the names Hervé and Lozano on this show, especially when the summer comes knocking round. Now for another big name, which has been heavily linked since Ancelotti was appointed. Everton have again today been linked to James Rodriguez. According to the Spanish paper El Desmarque, Everton are reportedly exploring the possibility of acquiring the Madrid midfielder. Interestingly, Ancelotti has signed Rodriguez twice in the past, firstly for Real Madrid, and then later on he took him from Madrid for a loan spell at Bayern Munich. So it's clearly a player that Ancelotti rates very highly, James Rodriguez. Also, as we saw on Sunday, unfortunately, our midfield is absolute garbage at present, so we desperately need replacements in that area of the pitch as soon as we can, and no doubt that will be probably the priority when the summer comes around. So maybe it's not completely out of the question that Carlo Ancelotti will go after the signature of James Rodriguez for a third time, so watch that space as well. Now onto the current squad, and some brilliant news for a current squad member coming from yesterday's news. Martin Ziegler in the Times reported that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is expected to get his first England call-up at the end of the month, after showing outstanding form since the appointment of Ancelotti in December. That form's clearly caught the eye of Gareth Southgate, and it's believed the retirement of Jamie Vardy from international football and the injury to Harry Kane at present will only strengthen his push for a place in the squad that will go to the European Championships in the summer. So it'd be brilliant to see Dominic Calvert-Lewin represent Everton and England at the Euros in the summer, and it'd be well deserved for a good season's work so far if that turns out to be the case. So best of luck to Dom, and hopefully we'll see him get his first full England cap sooner rather than later. Staying with the current squad, and one little injury update to bring you today. Fabian Delph is expected to be able to return from an illness to play in the Merseyside derby on Monday night. I think that's probably up for debate whether that's considered to be a positive at present, given the way his form has been this season. But even still, like I say, after what we witnessed on Sunday, could he possibly do any worse than what the lads against Chelsea did? It's certainly not the kind of dilemma that we want, that's for sure. But it'll be interesting to see the lineup that Carlo Ancelotti goes with for the derby on Monday night. And finally tonight, a more general footballing concern. As I mentioned earlier on, the coronavirus crisis has finally started to make a telling impact on English football today, as the fixture between Manchester City and Arsenal has been postponed, primarily due to Arsenal's team coming into contact with the Olympiacos owner Evangelos Marinakis, who is said to have contracted the coronavirus himself. It's really the first big move that's been made in English football to try and prevent the virus spreading, and it could be set to have an even greater effect over the coming weeks. Of course, it's pretty grim stuff for both football and society in general at the moment, and we have got to play it safe for sure. However, as cynical as it may be, there is one sort of backhanded positive for us Blues fans. The postponement of the Manchester City game against Arsenal means that City only have to avoid defeat against Burnley this weekend to ensure that Liverpool can't win the Premier League title at Goodison on Monday. However, while that might be a big relief to many, and probably myself included, it's still very much on Everton to give absolutely everything we've got in that game to win, whatever the scenario, and we've got to give the fans some much-needed optimism. Got to win a derby at long last, so whatever happens, fingers crossed that that game does go ahead and we go and spring a long-awaited derby surprise. Now, wouldn't that be nice? Well, that's that for tonight's show. As always, drop us a comment and let us know your opinions on all of the topics that I've covered. Give the video a like and give our channel a subscribe as well to get loads more of our great content. And until next time, thank you so much, guys, for watching on the Toffee Blues.